Hello, Coach Matthew with the Wellness Collective. Again, thank you for joining me. If this is just the beginning of your journey, if you're in the thick of it, maybe you've been doing fitness for a long time and this is just a revisiting of this exercise. I know when I first had done this workout with the rows and ropes and atomic push-ups, I know what a great workout that was, 20 years ago. But today we're going to use the TRX Row, so the back component. I know in a lot of gym scenarios, we're thinking pull-ups, we're thinking rows, we're thinking dumbbells. The inverted row with the TRX is something that I think everyone can add to their toolkit. Why do I say that? Is if you're an experienced lifter, it's a great way to challenge yourself versus your own body weight and your own endurance. Sort of a self-check, a self-evaluation. I know TRX always said we're 40 inverted rows and 40 atomic push-ups. They would send you a free kit. I don't know if that's still true, but at the very least, if you're an advanced individual, you can use the inverted row constantly, whether that's nice and slow as a strength workout or a warm-up to get some blood into the tissue and promote good posture. That being said, for those of us who are just starting a journey and it's like, hey, what do I come in and do? I'm a little bit confused, or I'm looking for something else to be doing. I've tried a couple of these machines. I've seen people using these straps. What does that mean? What does that do? So I'll start with the inverted 45-degree row. I think most everyone will be able to do this. I have athletes all the way up into 75 that are able to do this, and youth athletes once we start to develop some coordination and strength. And everyone in between. So that being said, we want a good strength, we want a good stability exercise. The suspension training of TRX still holds true. So without further ado, the inverted row. How do we want to set this up? I don't have something high enough just yet to show you with this example. So what I did was I shortened up the TRX strap. You could even maybe make this a little bit shorter if you need to. That's the beauty of the TRX, is they're very versatile. You generally want this clasp about 7 feet, 6.5, 7 feet high. This is a little bit low today, but that's okay. I'll show you how we can still make it work. So with these, we always want tension on the TRX. So as I go into this decline position or incline position, I'm gonna keep neutral spine. So this neutral spine, nice and slow. Again, looking at the humerus, so that arm bone flexing, the toes pulling them up, trying to maintain this plank posture. Now, if we find ourselves going flat foot and the straps are going loose, well then we've lost our tension now, and now we need to reset. So I would probably think in those terms, if that happens to you, the exercise is probably a little bit easy and you're not at deep enough of an angle. So the thing about TRX is they've got this nice pendulum motion with gravity, right? There's a little physics lessons for the day, right? So I let them go, pendulum motion. So when I'm at this angle, the more I increase my foot angle, the more difficult the movement becomes. Now, I can neither confirm nor deny that the rack will tip over, so make sure you have enough weight on these racks. But for today, the inverted row is going to happen from this vertical position. So we always want these straps hanging down in line with gravity. We don't really want any angle here because, like I just showed you, this will pull you forward. So if we're going for our baseline inverted row movement, we want to make sure the TRX are in a hyper shortened position. You can look at this level line here. It's that first hash mark. Second level line here is our distance marker. I've got it covered right now by the distance they're at. So this double hash mark lets you know if those straps are also level. So from this position, we're going to get underneath our straps in the supine position. We want to be up high enough that our shoulders and our head comes up off of the ground. So now as I take a step back here, we want to think about keeping the spine neutral. I understand that the cervical spine is going to be compromised a little bit in this flexion position. That's okay, as long as we're not straining too much. We want us to be focusing on the back muscles and not breaking posture. So if we would like the easier version, we start off on the ground, hips drive up, and we pull. We lower down. Hips drive up, we pull, we lower down. Now, for those of us that are a little bit more advanced, looking for a little bit of a challenge, we're going to keep our upper body off of the ground the entire time. And this becomes an example of endurance. How many repetitions can we get going all the way up, all the way down, maintaining neutrality, keeping our shoulders back. So I would suggest everyone give this movement a try. Add it to your toolkit if you're already not doing it, whether you want to use it as our sort of, again, transitionary movements for a warm-up, or if you want to turn this into its own strength day. I know that for a lot of my athletes, I'm trying to prep them constantly for doing bodyweight pull-ups. So a great step before that bodyweight pull-up is the TRX Row. Thanks for joining me again today. If you have any questions, again, please reach out. Thanks.